Hey everybody, how are you? So, can you have a Shopify exclusive freelance career? Is it something viable? So, I got this question put to me. I'm going to read the question and then I will get into the answers. I will be 47 years old this year. Recently purchased your complete web developer course. Thanks for that. And I'm passionate about web development, especially e-commerce. Here are the three questions. Number one, is it possible to have a career just in the Shopify niche, working with themes, apps, and development? Short answer is a big yes, and there's a big positive to this. Let me jump into the other questions, and I'll jump back to this. Number two, would this be too niche? No, it's not too niche at all. Number three, what recommendations do you have for someone wanting to be an e-commerce expert? I think Shopify is an extremely viable option because it's very big, it's trusted. I see Shopify as an e-commerce centric WordPress type of situation here. Now, where WordPress was more or less content oriented, where you can add in e-commerce, I see Shopify as coming at it from the other point of view, from a e-commerce point of view, and I'm sure adding in all kinds of other things. Now, I haven't looked at Shopify in a long time, so I couldn't say, but given that there's a Shopify themes, there are themes and there are apps and there's development to do, I assume for the customization, that's all great because most small business owners are not going to want to learn all this stuff, understand the ecosystem that Shopify is, and implement it. We've seen this in WordPress, right? So it's not a stretch for me to assume the same behavior. Most people are in business, they're in business to do the business that they're doing, not to become developers or Shopify experts or WordPress experts or coders. That's good. Freelancers who are able to leverage tools like a Shopify or a WordPress are going to be in a great position. So yes, I think Shopify is a great niche to get into. I don't think you don't necessarily need to go out there and say, I am only a Shopify person. You can say, this is what I do. Emphasize that. Go after that type of client, and they will be good clients because people who leverage Shopify are obviously business oriented. They want to use their sites to generate money, not just put up poetry or something. So they're going to, more likely anyway, they're going to value the work of a Shopify professional or a developer professional who happens to be a Shopify expert as well. So becoming a Shopify expert, understanding niche, you have to understand all the themes that are out there, the good, the bad, how they're implemented, etc. You have to understand the app architecture. What are the apps out there? What could be leveraged? When to leverage one or the other? And then development. When would you need to develop to do custom development for Shopify? I'm sure there's an API that you can leverage. I would imagine it's with JavaScript. So to get into all this, of course, it's good that you're doing my complete web developer course because that's going to give you the foundation in the code, HTML5, the CSS3, JavaScript. I'm not sure Shopify is PHP based or not, but having the PHP knowledge, it also helps as well, even if you don't use PHP. If you did the course, you understand why. So this is cool. Now, because Shopify would suggest business owners and small business owners, this is a great thing. Again, because there's money, that means they're money oriented. They understand the value of what you're doing. More chance anyway that they will. And the other thing is, if they're going to be selling product online, they're going to have to get into web marketing, which includes traditional site optimization, writing articles, putting in multimedia content, that kind of stuff, and also just having a social media presence and strategy as well. So these are complementary services that you can get into. Shopify, coding, customization, web marketing, site optimization, content optimization, social media strategies, a real nice end-to-end freelancing solution that you could provide to the plethora the multitudes of small businesses that are out there. So it's a great niche to get into. As always, look what the market tells you. You have an idea, explore that idea, and let the evidence in the real world guide you which way you're going to go, how you're going to focus. I see Shopify professionals being the sisters or the brother to WordPress professionals. When WordPress first came out, people in the web design space were worried that WordPress and other content management systems like that would kill web design. And it didn't. It just changed the nature of web design to a certain extent. Some people still do custom sites because they require it. Some people leverage WordPress because they have a site that are information rich and they have lots of articles are coming in and so on. You could also implement e-commerce with WordPress, but WordPress is content management system first. E-commerce as an optional insert, if you will. Whereas I imagine Shopify is e-commerce first, I imagine, with content as optional as well. There you go. So last question was, what recommendations do you have for someone wanting to be an e-commerce expert? There you go. You learn your code. I would learn a little bit about PayPal, just superficially. Good thing we teach PayPal in my course. Learn a little bit about what Stripe offers. You don't have to be a Stripe expert, but just understand it. These are technologies, PayPal and Stripe. These are need-to-nerd technologies, meaning you jump into this when you need to jump into it. Just learn the superficials, what they offer versus what they don't offer. And if you want to get into Shopify, learn Shopify, implement a little bit, and just get out there and start promoting yourself as a Shopify expert after you know your way around Shopify a little bit. You don't have to be a total master. Just know your way around. Again, learning how to code is going to make you a far more effective Shopify expert, if you will, or implementer. And why? Because trust me, you learn to code all these, how the nerds who work at Shopify, how they conceive the things and how they put things together would just be easier for you. It's all web-based. So there you go. I think it's a good idea. I think for freelancing, it's a great move. As you know, I always tell people, don't develop from scratch unless you absolutely have to. Better leverage systems like a WordPress, like a Shopify, or PayPal's canned scripts for implementing their shopping carts on their site, or Stripe, etc. It's all good. It's all good. It's all part about modern web design. It's all a part of modern web design development. All right. I hope this has been useful.